Hey everyone, this is your friendly neighborhood city planner Rashidul Hassan Deepan. Welcome to the Framework Podcast. It is a podcast produced by the Planning and Development Department that is focusing on the Midwest-Tireman Planning area as part of the Midwest-Tireman Planning process. The idea for the podcast was inspired by the book Remembering Detroit's Old Westside from 1920 to 1950, a pictorial history of the Westsiders. In 1997, a group of former residents of the Midwest-Tireman area, also known as the Old Westside, published this book. It recounted stories about the lives and experiences of the Westsiders and highlighted transformative historical events in the area. In a sense, the book was a way to honor the lives and memories of the people who helped build the community and archive them in the pages of Detroit's rich history. The podcast is a spiritual successor to the idea. However, its scope goes beyond archiving the oral history of the Midwest-Tireman community. The podcast is another tool in the department to encourage active engagement within the planning process. The goal is not only to speak and build relationships with residents, volunteers, and local entrepreneurs of Midwest-Tireman, but to have them further engage in the planning process and have their input inform the process as a whole. We will view their input through the lens of the Midwest-Tireman Framework elements. These elements of the framework focus on housing, economic development, park and open space, industrial center development, and mobility. However, the key to the framework is having the history and culture integral to Detroit woven into the elements of study for the framework. The Midwest-Tireman Framework itself is supervised by the Central Region Design Director Kevin Schrons, with John F. Sevils as the project lead and myself as the project manager. Antoine Bryant is the Director of the Planning and Development Department. So, if you like what you're listening and are interested in getting to know more about the Midwest-Tireman Framework, this podcast is the place to be. So please visit detroitmi.gov/Midwest-Tireman and sign up for updates on the latest podcast episodes, neighborhood framework itself, and upcoming community engagement meetings. Also, if you know someone in the community who would be a great addition to the podcast, please send us your recommendation at midwest-tireman@detroitmi.gov. I hope you click on our next episode of the Framework Podcast. This is your friendly neighborhood city planner, Rashidul Hassan Deepan, signing off. Take care, Detroit.